moderating while this presentation is going on. And big round of applause for Apex and Jeff Hess.
Just real quick, thank you. The 2424 here, just wanted to make sure everyone knew that later on we're going to get more drilled down on it, but you'll see that there's quite a few accessories on this thing. The idea was that we wanted to bring all of the add-ons and show them what they can do and what the capability of the stage is in terms of these extras and these add-ons. The 2424, this is the mixed position version of the 2424 Apex, meaning it has the drop panel here on one side for your audio desks here lower and so on and so forth. However, it should be made clear that the 2424 is also available in the non-mixed position version where it does not have the drop panel, and I can get into more detail about that later. Again, 2424 Apex, and again, we'll look forward to speaking with you all a little bit later. And I think now we want to move on to the 50 and perhaps spend a little time with that, or a lot of time. Mike, thank you.
All right, folks, to talk about the 5040, in case you did not meet Jay Waller, make sure you have some side conversations with him. This is what we're here for. Take it over.
Okay, Jeff, one thing Jeff I omitted, the 2424 and the 3224 are now the same series. So these kits that he can show you fit both units, and they're all retrofittable basically all the way back to unit 9, I think, something to that effect. So that, and they take a lot of explanation. Please take your time to look at it, especially if you already have one of those. It increases capabilities on both that entire series a lot. Concerning the 5040, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to basically give you an easy statement. What we're trying to do at Apex is we'll divide it into platforms, like 24-footers, 32-footers, 40s, 50s. We're trying to give you the opportunity to have a stage in any of those platforms that will be functional to use at the lower end of the scale and the top end of the scale, right? So that you can keep your unit working a lot more consistently. We haven't succeeded necessarily at every platform size, but we're getting there. So on the 5040, as you see the semi-trailer itself, as you would all understand, just the trailer, with very simple fly bays, don't need the upper tallywhacker thing as we call it, like a mesh backdrop. It can go down the road legally, standard with like a Cascadia, as long as you don't fill the tanks. I mean, it's right at weight. That gives you the ability to take this asset and go do like a symphony where you don't have a lot of lighting and other stuff, but you need a big stage, right? Then the option is this trailer that I'm standing on is a hydraulic flatbed. All of the work wings, everything, the extra bracing it takes to make the wings go out that far, the pullback beams, the side canopy structure, all of that rides on this trailer. This trailer is actually Apex decking. If you take these bumper rails off, you find the same extrusion. We put those on there so the forklifts don't ruin them, right? But then you can use this as a thrust like we do on the Luke Bryan tour, or it can be a loading dock, part of your crossover. We like to use it on the back as a loading dock to make the ramp to go from stage height down to a dock area. And so what basically one weekend these units all come standard with remote control, right? So for a very simple, like a symphony, you can take one guy, drive out to do the show with his remote, 8 stagehands, make money. But then the next week, you can take this thing out in full, what we're calling beast mode, which is what you see here, right? One caveat on that is that trussing system that's holding up the video header banner is not part of either of those formulas. That is something that we're testing, I guess we'll say. We've, at Stage Pro, the one that we're operating, that we've used that a couple of times, and we are getting a lot of good response on it. And so it's one of those things, if the other buyers that are in line like this, then we'll go ahead and make it an option. But that's not included in the actual 5040 package, right? As to that, that goes back to the platform size, the 32, the 42, that sort of thing. This is kind of an announcement. We'd hope to have a pamphlet here, but I got a little busy building and lugging scaffolding around and didn't get it done. This is an announcement. The new Apex 4240 Gen 2 is now in production. We've got a couple of buyers. They're actually here that are already, in the queue. Essentially the same thing as the current 4240, but it now incorporates this exact same mast column, which means the new 4240, instead of a 25-foot rigging trim, is now 30. And it does help on some of the weight capacities and stuff like that. So again, trying to make the 4240 with the one guy in a remote go do basic 40-foot platform shows, and then turn around and you can fit it out the next week and use it at the bigger, higher paying show, right? Two different sizes. Hello, there we go. Actually, I'm trying to think. I'm just ad-libbing, obviously. Todd, Jeff, can you guys think of something else that I need to go over at this point?
Well, a common question for 42 people is how much what we see here transition to the 42 in terms of how difficult.
The unit is not the same format as the 4240. It's just, we're just changing out the mast column. It's back to why did we make the decision to go to the 2424? So that's a common parts between that and the 32. It makes it easier to manufacture if your parts are more common. And, to be honest with you, Stageline built a nicer, newer, better SL100. We had to do something, right? I mean, they do a good job, right? So, I've only got another minute or two here, and we'll turn it over to Raul and Danielle, and to, where's Eric at? I don't see him. Thomas, why don't you come out? I think Thomas wanted to say something. Thomas is the one that has taking delivery on the next Gen 3 in April. I could point around and put people on the spot that are also in line, but I think they'd probably duck and run. I've tried to get it come up and talk. The quickest things on the new Apex, the fly bay that you see is 24 feet long, and that holds 10,000 pounds of capacity, right? No ground support. No outside tower ground support. That's just in that, right? The upstage beam, the beam that pulls out, it slides out, is also on the other side. The stage can be set up either way. The beam that's on the upstage is still inside the cavity, and that gives us, 14.7, 14.2, 14 something on the upstage beam, center point load of 8,700 pounds on that upstage beam.
The wall facing out and in.
Right. The other thing that's very different about it is the mast column, which I can't really get into now. It would take too much explanation. It's patent pending. It's something completely different. So I'd love for you guys to find any of the Apex guys, Thomas, me, and we can go up in the center and show you the mast column. The other thing that is the big feature, for those of you that run the bigger hydraulics, you know that you have your front beam and the beams in the trailer, and then you usually have like the weak little beam at the slide out part. It's kind of the weak sister, right? But there's nothing from that beam 2, as we call it, to the center of the trailer. It's just like a dead zone. It's real hard to fly there. This unit has what we call spanner beams that run upstage to downstage the entire way. So we've got rid of that no-fly zone, right? All right, so I'm going to let Thomas have it. Thomas, then you can introduce the Harman guys, all right?
This is the guy that if you have a dream, take him a napkin. Take this man a napkin, and he will make that dream come true. Look, guys, mobile stages is not cheap. Even from the base models to the grand models. But if you do it right, my guys keep saying, no, we're just a stage company. We're just a stage company. Yeah, we're just a stage company that owns a couple hundred JBL boxes. We're just a stage company that has $750,000 of Elation lighting or $500,000 video, but we're just a stage company. My first stage was a Sellner, which is one of the basic stages, and I paid it off in a year. As a mobile DJ, I bought my first stage, paid it off in a year. Bought a second one, paid it off in a year. Bought the 3224 from Apex, paid it off in a year. Bought another one, bought the 2420, bought another 2420, bought a 2016, bought a 4240, bought a another 2016, and they're all paid off. Because I have a stage. Everybody's a sound engineer, just like everybody's got an iPhone, right? With your iPhone, you're a DJ, you're a photographer. Well, everybody can do sound. But if you team up your sound, your lighting, your packages, you can pay this stuff off so much quicker. Like this stage is already 3/4 paid off, and I haven't even taken possession yet. But we're just a stage company. Reach out, establish your partnerships, not only with your competition, the sound companies in town, but with Stageline, with Century. Deal with your competition and line up the right people. Like Daniela, Raul, they've led us the way. And so now my son just finished doing the sound with Raul at the Latin Grammys. I sent my son up to the Mercedes Bowl in Atlanta, and he did from end zone to end zone sound with JBL. We have fun at what we do. If you have fun, you don't work a day in your life. Elation, real quick, 1 minute, come. Talking about partners in crimes, if there's anybody, that any type of problem, concern, I go to this guy, he's like, no problem, we'll take care of it. Oh, this, no problem, we'll take care of it. And we all have been doing sound and lighting, and we're not the same people that do it in the stadiums. We're outside. We get exposed to the salt air, the rains and all that, the humidity. IP rated is very important. And there's a lot of brands that ignored that for way too long until Elation mastered it.
Ooh, there's an introduction. He wants an extra discount for that one, I think. All right. Hey, everybody. So, like Tom said, Elation has been producing IP65 fixtures for a little over 7 years already. We've learned a lot. We've, getting the product in the field, getting the feedback, seeing how the product performs long term has made our development process so powerful. Our products now, I don't see us produce. That wasn't me. Okay. I don't see us producing too many indoor or non-IP65 rated lights in the future. As technology improves, things get lighter, brighter, whatnot. Everything you see, the battens, the beams, the spots, the washes, the blinders, they're older strobes up there, which aren't IP rated, but we have IP rated strobes now too. So all of our products now are IP65 rated. So what we also do is we design them not only for portable, but for permanent installation. So if you go to the biggest theme parks in the world, you'll see our products. If you go to the biggest outdoor architectural installations, you'll see our products. They're designed to live outdoors and perform. So our Proteus series is our flagship series, and most of the products on the stage are within that family. You've got fixtures that are mostly LED sources, but LEDs still really can't get a good beam. So you still need discharge lamps, like in our Proteus Excalibur here. This is a very tight beam angle fixture designed for long throw. It has gobos, it has effects, it can do more, but we even designed a special software feature in the Excalibur here where you can just plug it in, not even hook up a lighting controller to it, and have it do an automated searchlight effect. So we thought, oh, how cool for event companies if they just want to put 1, 2, or 3, or 4 fixtures outside of an event. You don't have to bring in a sky tracker anymore. You can use your normal inventory to create that effect. And you'll see tonight, these are quite bright, and you can see them from miles away. So beyond the Proteus series, We also make control products. Our Obsidian controller, front of house, will control everything on the stage and any manufacturer's products as well. We also have data distribution network system called Netron, which allows you to distribute your data control protocols to all the products. So we have a complete ecosystem of products designed to perform in all environments. And that's been the success in our growth of our company the last 5 years. We've got a great team to support that, back that up with service, support, training, and Ross here, who's on our team, is a lighting designer as well, so he knows how the products are used. He talks to the LDs, makes sure they're familiar with our products, and we have great dealers like Tom with Reflections. We have Illuminate Production Services, IPS, who supplied some of the gear to support us here today as well. And really, we're not successful without you, our dealers, our customers. And so thank you, and I appreciate getting to know more of you here today. Thanks.
No, I'm not going to introduce them. Why would I want to introduce them? JBL has been a standard. Well, hey, so was the old 1950s Cadillac. That was a standard. And then you start finding more and more, well, no, I'm going to be honest. I'm very honest. I remember seeing a rider that said absolutely no JBL. How's that for an introduction? And I went to the artist who is a multi-Grammy Award winner, and I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a VTX system. It's not the old stuff. And if you like it, not only do you not have to pay, all I want is you to list it on your rider. And now, Gloria Estefan wants JBL. And to tell you more about that, our tag team duo, Danielle and Raul.
Hi there. My name's Daniela Peters, and I'm the Senior Manager for Production Audio for JBL. This is my counterpart, Raul.
Buenos dias. Good morning. Wake up! Is anybody awake? Raul with JBL. Good to see you all. Lots of good friends. We'll chat more.
Okay, so Tom mentioned the rider acceptance, and with our VTX series, we designed everything from the ground up. JBL is known for its components, but we use no off-the-shelf components. Every single piece was designed specifically for the VTX series. Here you're listening to the VTX 12s with the A8s on the side with B28 subs. Over there, which we'll get to in a minute, is our new SRX powered speakers. But for now, let's focus on the VTX A12. If you watch the Grammys, our friends at Claire Global and ATK used VTX A12s on the Grammys this past week. Also on very many tours, a lot of which have won Polestar Awards last year. We're in Climate Pledge Arena, Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, the Opry, multitude of high-profile venues across the country. So we have a little video for the A12, and if you're ready, we are ready.
The VTX A12 is our latest generation in line array technology. When we set out to create the A12, we wanted to look at every aspect of the system, including the loudspeaker, the rigging accessories, the way the system goes into a track, the software solution, the amplification, everything. What's unique about the JBL design process is that we make everything in-house. So we developed all the components for the systems in-house, we manufacture all the components in-house, and we also design all of our mechanical and rigging pieces internally as well.
I think we had all the ideas at the beginning, kind of quickly. The idea for the rigging system was practically overnight. But then there's always a difference between when you have the idea and then how you execute it.
The mechanical design was outstanding on this product. It's safe, it's fast, it's the best in the industry that I've seen so far. The high frequency performance, we haven't seen any other products that are as clean and as sensitive as this high frequency section. And frankly, overall, from a weight packaging standpoint, the entire system is there ready to go out of the box. In two audio applications, time is very important, so a system not only needs to sound very good, but also be easy and quick to deploy. With the VTX 812, we're introducing a new rigging system that we believe is the fastest in the industry.
Setting a splay angle on a line array system is one of the important steps you need to do. We really wanted to simplify and make that process very easy. It should be as simple as moving a pin from one hole to another. And that's actually what we did. It's that simple.
For the 812 woofer transducers, we ended up going back to the drawing board and rethinking differential drive. So we came up with a new spacing assembly between the voice coils and the magnets, and we were able to get much better linear travel performance out of the woofers for much better excursion. Differential drive, it's proprietary JBL technology that we use in all of our high-end woofer designs. Unlike traditional woofers, differential drive is using 2 voice coils internally and 2 magnets, and the magnets are actually placed inside the voice coils, not on the outside like traditional woofers. The spacing between the voice coils allows us to lower distortion and at the same time use a lot less steel parts to create the magnet structure. Using less steel parts gives us much lighter weight assemblies than traditional woofers. Beyond that, because the entire outside is no longer used as the magnet, we can use the outside shell of the transducer as the heatsink for the voice coils and get much better power performance out of the transducer. The radiation boundary integrator is the acoustic assembly that we use to integrate the mids onto the horn walls. Historically, with Vertec and VTX designs, we always place the mids onto the high-frequency horn walls. That helps us with directivity and gets us the optimum spacing for the system. The goal of the RBI assembly is to make the mids as transparent to the high-frequency section as possible. So this should behave just like a horn without any woofers behind it. The VTX 812 RBI design and the spacing of the transducers allows us to extend the directivity of the 812 all the way down to 250 Hz. What's unique about the 812 high-frequency section is that we have combined the high-frequency driver, the phasing plug, and the line array waveguide into one assembly. A small high-frequency assembly gives us a few benefits. Number one, there's a lot less space for energy to travel through, and therefore we can lower distortion. Number two, we can fit a lot more drivers into the VTX 812 as compared to traditional designs. For the 812, we're able to fit 3 compression drivers into the system, where most other systems only have 2 compression drivers. And number 3, because of the reduced space and reduced components, we can lower the weight and make a system that is much lighter. A good experience means something different for everyone involved with the show. A good experience for a front of house engineer means a great sounding system. A good experience for the crew suspending the system means a great and easy rigging system. A good experience for the crew putting the system into a track means good track sizes and lightweight design. A good experience for the audience means being able to translate that artist experience across the entire venue. So with the VTX 812 design, we wanted to cover all aspects of the product and make sure we satisfy the needs of everyone involved with the system and with the show. But with VTX 812, I believe that we've done all those things better than we've ever done before.
All right, thanks for that. We wanted to share that video with you so that when we get to the SRX 900, you can see that a lot of the technologies that we developed for the VTX have been passed along to the SRX 900 series. So now it's easy to understand. For those of you who are familiar with our VTX series, the A12 is our flagship touring product. It's a 3-way double 12 system. The A8 on the sides is a 3-way bi-amped system, double 8. And then the new baby box that it's down here is the new A6. It's a passive double 6 design, completely passive, 10 ohms. And then the new flagship subs, the B28, so double 18, flyable or ground stackable. So these are all an entire family of products, all of it processed and powered by Crown HD amplifiers and controlled through Performance Manager. So again, it's an entire family of products, and we take those technologies, and then we're gonna, in a minute, show a video for the SRX. Sean, we're gonna bypass the A6 video. We're gonna jump in a minute to the SRX video. So if you have any questions on the technology and the VTX, come look me up, and here is Daniela.
I'll just say one last comment about the VTX A series. It's fully scalable. If you'll see here, we have the front fills are A6, the A8s, the A12s, and it's all scalable. So you can put, we have single 18 subs, we have base plates, you can put the A6s on top of the B28s, you can put the A8s on top of the B28s, and we have scalability up and down throughout the entire line. So before I hand it to Raul for the SRX and the final few comments, I'd just like to say thank you to our friends at Texas Stage. Give a wave, Chris. And Jimmy, is he there? Chris at Texas Stage. Tom from Reflections and his team. Et voila, over there. Jay Waller from Stage Pro. Well, you met him a million times. And then we have Lighthouse over there. Give a wave, Neil, from Wisconsin. And any of these dealers all sell JBL. They sell the touring system and the SRX. And they have great pricing. And for anybody at this conference, we will work out a special deal for anybody here with any of those sound vendors who are here today. And so just look them up or look me or Raul up and we will forward you on. Okay, over to Raul.
So you heard it, special sale, talk to her while you're here, okay? All right, Sean, let's take a quick look at that video for the SRX. Again, the SRX 900 series, it's set up on the stage behind you. Those are the SRX 910s with the 928 subs and 910 front fills. And then the baby stage, the Astra stage to your left is the 906s with the 918 subs. These are all self-powered boxes, analog input, all network. You can come on the stage platform and take a look at the performance software that runs these loudspeakers. And with the rain cover we have, it turns it into an IP65, which uses also the True One connector. So it's perfect for these outdoor applications, highly efficient power-wise, very lightweight, and extremely loud. So let's take a look at the video for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come meet you out there. Roll it.
Prince PB and Mr. V and Zaquan. There we go.
Cool. All right. So, Jay, do you want to say some closing remarks? Jay says he's busy, and thank you. So we'll have about 15 minutes. So we're going to play some music. Chuck, if you want, let's play something on the A12, and I'll come out there and we'll play some stuff on the SRXs. And thank you so much. Mute.